Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm called the Big Game Hunter because I coach people to play their game of life, work, career, big. And I was listening to a podcast interview that Tim Ferriss was doing this morning with Derek Sivers, who has started CD Baby some years ago. Sivers told a great story about when he was young and about to go to music school. Now, Sivers is a guy who started CD Baby, sold it many years ago, donated the money to a trust where it's used for indie musicians, I believe. And Sivers told this story about how when he was young and he was trying to still be a musician, he gotten admitted to the Berklee School of Music, and he ran into someone there who basically coached him and did it in a way where he could shave 2 years off of his training at the school. The long and the short of it was the mentor basically told him that the school is dumbed down to deal with the lowest common denominator and really addresses them. But for people who are motivated, people who are smart, people with talent, positive accolades there, they can do it in 2 years. And the mentor thought that Sivers could do it that way and gave him techniques for getting through classes, avoiding certain classes by just taking the finals, and then getting on with completing his program in 2 years' time instead of 4. Dumbing down is clearly a 20th century concept from the Industrial Revolution. It basically says we want to have people operate to the lowest common denominator so an imbecile can move that widget on an assembly line. And it's gotten carried through today in the work life and in much of society where things are dumbed down to the lowest common denominator. And we get acclimated to not operating at peak performance, with the result being we start to go into a fog. That's really where your mental fog is. You're not really being challenged enough and pushed enough to excel. And you've resigned yourself to operating at a 20%, a 40% capability. And that's really why you're frustrated. I coach people to play the game big. And I'll simply say that if for you, you have to kick up the rheostat a bit, turn up the heat, start playing at 110 degrees instead of at 60 all the time. Really start to push yourself again. And if you don't remember how to do it, or you struggle while doing it, don't go back to the low percentage efforts. It's time to push yourself more. Because at the end of the day, you can't be great without effort. You can't just kind of glide your way into the life that you want. You're going to have to look at that part of you that resigns itself and accepts mediocrity in order to be able to push past it and succeed. There's a classic thing from Jungian psychology called the shadow. And the shadow is that part of ourselves that we can't see that holds ourselves back. And the notion is that there are messages that we take in from the shadow that go to subvert ourselves. What's the shadow message that you're listening to? What's that part of yourself that believes that message as being true? You need support, folks. Coaching will help you. Find out more about my coaching at nobscoachingadvice.com. Schedule time with me. I'd be very happy to help you. Hope you have a great day. Take care.